Good morning, Citywide Gardens family. Today is Wednesday, July 5th. I'm just giving you an update on the garden. It's been a couple weeks. Everything's going crazy. And this first bed here are volunteer cherry tomatoes. And I also have some Romas hiding down there. Some of my dirt bed got jumbled all up, and some of these things they're just going wherever they want to go. The second bed here is where I had purple peas and green peas. In the front here, still lush and green, are Yukon Gold potatoes. And on this side was red potatoes. They're about done. The weeds have decided to start taking over. I had to bury some of these potatoes because they were getting to the light. So I'll probably get those this afternoon. Another volunteer tomato. Yep, see some of the potatoes there have gotten to the light and have turned green. So I will throw that one out. Definitely need to weed in between the beds. This bed here is Romas, jalapenos, and leeks. Looks like I have a few leeks that look okay. The rest are very spindly and yuck. But the aromas are going crazy. They are all over and in such big clusters. I keep having to tie them up to the fence or to the tomato cage. I mean, they're everywhere. And the jalapenos had to find the sun themselves. Got some baby ones there. A couple of bigger ones here. Get the leaves out of the way. A couple bigger ones here. So they're doing okay. This was my garlic and red potato bed. I dug up half of the red potatoes. They're not big, but they're edible. I'll probably dig the rest of this. I'll let these, actually I think that's green beans that I planted behind them that are the most lush. Yeah, I'll go ahead and dig these up probably this afternoon. And I'm going to transplant a watermelon and pumpkin in the front yard, on the front porch, that I need to transplant because they are so stunted. This here is habanero peppers in the front. It took forever for them to start flowering, but they finally have started to flower. Thank you, Mr. B, Mrs. B, whatever you are, on my cucumbers. And in the middle here are Tabasco peppers and a couple little flowers, but nothing major. We'll see how that goes. And my cucumbers, I had to jerry rig a couple things to trellis them up. I never got my cattle panel arch trellises, so I had to make do with what I had, spread them out. The pickling cucumbers are here on, hi Mr. B, sorry. Pickling cucumbers over here on this side. I have quite a bit of them on the vine. Some are very, very tiny, such as this. This was on the ground, so it's kind of dirty. The rain will wash that, or I'll get that. And then over on this side are the slicer cucumbers. There we go, there's a bigger one right there. I got 2 slicers off of here yesterday and 3 pickling. So I'll deal with those. This tomato bed is, these are Rutgers here in the front. It's my biggest one so far. It fits in my hand. The Abe Lincolns are in the back, all around the back side of this bed. I need to get these guys up a little bit. And this was in the pack with the jalapenos, and these don't look like jalapenos to me. They look like Thai chili peppers because they stand up, they don't hang down, but we'll see. And my couple of onions are getting shaded out, so they're not doing very well. And I had to move some of these cucumbers up so I could get through the jungle. It's kind of treacherous to get through here. I don't want to break anything. Here is my green bean wall, and this is all on these stakes all the way across with these cross pieces. So eventually I'll go from the backside to harvest as I start. These are my sweet potatoes down here below. They were looking kind of rough first couple weeks. I did lose some, but not all. So we'll see how they end up. A bunch of them are still shaded out back here, so we'll see. Now, this is my squash and green peppers. Can you find the green peppers? Yeah, no, me either. They are completely overgrown and overtaken by, this side is butternut squash. Look at the size of these. This is crazy. Some of these stems are thicker than my thumb. They are ridiculously huge. Get rid of some of these leaves because nothing is getting sun down here. Everything is stretching. See, the flowers are stretching for the sun because they're being shaded out. But I do have there's a squash down here. I don't know if that's going to end up being a butternut or a spaghetti squash. Looks like that's going to be spaghetti squash if I follow the vine back. And there is another spaghetti squash back in here somewhere. I saw it from the other side yesterday, but my one green pepper plant is completely down on the ground, knocked down by the squash plant. But some green peppers are hiding over here. I haven't seen any butternut squash babies yet, but it's taken over. It went up and through the cage that I had the green peppers in and attached to, and now it's heading out that way. So I literally have cucumbers everywhere. Loving it, loving it. Tried the pickling this time because I always end up making chips, pickled chips out of the slicers, but I wanted some actual pickling cucumbers this time. All right, back through the maze. Outside of the actual fenced-in area that I don't let the dogs in. Oh, here it is. I believe that's going to be a spaghetti squash based on where it's coming from. So we'll see what we end up getting. This will be another one here. No, it won't. I just broke it. That's what happened when you touch before you look. But I'm happy that the squash vine borers have not gotten to anything so far. A couple of green peppers budding finally. And over here I put more Yukon Gold potatoes in these grow bags. Ooh, something's loving these leaves. And that's a watermelon there and a watermelon here. They're really, really stunted. I don't know what's going on with them. But I will transplant some of the other ones into that big bed over there. I was gonna start cabbages in that large silver bed, but I already have stuff growing, so I might as well finish it out. So those will be more Yukon Golds. And this was the shade garden area, and I took all the soil from there, which I had a 4x8 bed, and used it to fill in these two beds here. The blue one is 4x2, and the silver one is 7x2. So thank you for watching my progress with me, and I will post another video probably in a couple weeks. I may also do a video with my potato haul after I'm done emptying that whole bed. Stay cool and have a nice day, everybody.